on China's economic and trade ties with Cambodia. I'm joined by Brian Eyler from the research firm Stimson. He's the director of the Southeast Asia program there. And you've got a book coming out as well, you just told me. We'll talk about that as well. I mean, the first question, what are these deals exactly that have been inked and what's their significance?
Sure. Thanks, Nathan. It's a real pleasure to be here. Cambodia is an important Belt and Road country for China, as well as a longtime partner for international relations and political relations. The ones that I follow the most closely are energy related. So far, China's invested a lot in building hydropower projects and transmission grids in Cambodia, and how those projects are built out can really either move Cambodia forward economically or have major environmental impacts. Just yesterday, though, there was new talk about China investing in large solar projects, utility-scale solar projects, and I think this is a great move forward for both China and Cambodia.
We've seen a big jump in Chinese investment in Cambodia, as our intro said there, but the two economies are very, very different in size and shape. How does it work between the two countries, especially with the Belt and Road?
Yeah, I think China's greatest interest is assisting Cambodia to develop its infrastructure, roads, railroads, as well as these energy projects. At the same time, China's a major investor in real estate in Cambodia, and it really has transformed Phnom Penh's skyline, as well as the skyline of Sihanoukville. And there's a lot of tourism investment all over Cambodia as well.
Yeah, tourism, I mean, is huge. Chinese, as we said, over 1 million tourists last year. I mean, by far the biggest group now. And that's a huge driver of Cambodia's economic transformation. Are they too reliant on Chinese tourists?
Well, I mean, I've been to Cambodia numerous times over the last decade, and it's really been interesting to see the Chinese tourism crowd kind of hit the country, Angkor Wat and the beaches.
That's beautiful.
Sure, and certainly there's been some adjusting to Chinese tastes, as well as the large crowds that come with it, but it brings a lot of income for the country.
So beyond the usual projects of obviously infrastructure is important, energy is important, tourism is important, what other aspects of the Cambodian economy are attractive regionally?
Cambodia's manufacturing sector is rapidly developing. Exports, particularly in clothing, hit the markets. They come here to the United States.
Other countries like Bangladesh or
Bangladesh, Vietnam, China as well. And there are a lot of Chinese-invested manufacturing firms in Phnom Penh.
They're quite close diplomatically, and Cambodia has been known to support Beijing in ASEAN, for example. Does that help?
I think it helps both countries. I mean, I have my own criticism of that particularly.
Well, the US is very critical of it.
Indeed, indeed. There are those that say that relationship kind of chips away at ASEAN's centrality, but it's definitely worked for China and Cambodia in the last decade.
And there has been criticism of some Belt and Road projects. Even President Xi Jinping has said, look, things need to be properly done and careful and transparent here. Sure. Are we seeing some pushback from constituencies in Cambodia as well? There
are concerns about resettlement issues and environmental flows like fish migration that are blocked as a result of hydropower projects. So this is what I'm saying, that energy investment, Belt and Road, the choice of where to build particular hydropower projects could drive the country forward or have profound environmental impacts. But substituting some of those dams, so to speak, with other forms of energy generation has huge potential for the country's development, and solar seems to be the right way to go. And if you look at Cambodia's solar irradiation maps, I mean, they glow bright red like a big apple, better than any country in Southeast Asia.
Compared to other countries in Southeast Asia, where do you see Cambodia? Because it started from a sort of lower base in terms of time. You've got a new book coming out. What are you analyzing on that front?
Well, Cambodia is interesting because it's a lower income country. But if you go to Phnom Penh, there are parts of Phnom Penh that feel just like any modern Chinese city or modern Western city. But there is a growing kind of disparity between rural areas and urban areas, and there's something to be concerned about with that growing disparity. Part of that disparity stems from resource scarcity in Cambodia's periphery and around, say, the Tonle Sap, the Great Lake, where people rely on the world's largest inland fishery. Each year, 500,000 tons of fish come out of that lake, and no other body of water in the world does that. In the United States, we only get 450,000 tons of fish out of all of our lakes and rivers.
Well, I haven't been. I'd love to go to Cambodia. A great commercial for its rise. Thanks so much for coming to talk to us, Brian. Really appreciate it.
Thank you, Nate.